So another piece of advanced jiu-jitsu is developing the gentle art. I told you guys a long time ago, that's the dichotomy of this jiu-jitsu. I had a student ask me a really, really good question. And he said, you know, somebody who's trained 14 years like you have, and now we're sparring, he felt like sometimes I just wasn't going after the kill. I just wasn't necessarily trying to finish the fight. And I said, well, that's a really good observation. Number one, it's not because I'm not trying. First of all, let me just make that really clear. But if I were to execute moves in here with what I know as I would out there, I'd be hurting people. And so would you. It's not just me, it's any one of us. Because we don't just walk our fingers in, we punch our fingers in. You don't just pull them in, you slam them in and finish with a loop choke, right? So many things when it's life or death or it's to protect oneself it's no longer the rule of civilized warfare, if you will, that we practice here on the mats. Where I'm trying not to bust your lip open and have to have you go to the urgent care center and get stitches or, you know, get sprains and strains. And granted, it happens from time to time. But it's these slow ratcheting movements that allow for us to get the lethality of the tightness. And out on the street, I would be in a time limit. I don't have all day. I don't know when attacker number 2 is coming. I don't know when... I don't have time as a leisure at that point. And so I need to neutralize the threat in a very precise and effective way. And unfortunately, that'll probably mean that there's going to be collateral damage. So another piece of advanced jiu-jitsu is developing the gentle art. I told you guys a long time ago, that's the dichotomy of this jiu-jitsu. Is that we're learning how to break shoulders, wrists, fingers, elbows, ankles, knees, and choke people to death. And yet in here, try not to hurt anybody. It sounds silly, actually. I'm gonna teach every one of you in the martial art of jiu-jitsu how to break somebody hundreds of different ways. How to render them unconscious, if not fully brain dead, if you hold it too long. Now let's go out there and take care of each other. And it's the tap. It's the tap on one side of that coin, and on the other side of the coin, it's understanding, if I was being careless, I could punch things in and get them fast. But in here, I don't want to punch you in the face by accident. So I'm going to be a little more clever, and I'm going to take a little bit more time, and I'm going to ratchet myself into that tightness. So I get the same effect, but I don't hurt you along the way. Does that make sense? And it can seem like it's at odds. And I would say that if you have a true competitor's spirit, competition, some of that flies out the window. They don't care so much about, they do, they don't want to get injured and then not be able to compete, but you just got to watch a few ADCCs, some IBJJFs, some world's competitions that go wrong, and they throw submissions on so fast. Sadly, some people don't have time to tap. And they break. And they're injured. It's catastrophic. So, in here, I have an academy to take care of. So, I care about your well-being. And I believe that I can teach you in a way where you can work your way into submissions without being careless. And you'll know them so well by the time you're done that by the time you get out there and it's life or death, well, then the gloves are off. Now you don't have to be careful. Now you can just get it done. Os?
Os.
All right.